Hey guys, I know you all have noticed I've been popping in your class a little bit more frequently now that everything's kind of died down, and this was an expectation given to me by Heather Moss. So I just wanted to review with you because this is what I'm doing, and I think it's respectful only for you all to know what system I'm using. So we're using PowerWalks, which is the fundamental five, and this year we're using all modules. So the year before, I would only do the fundamental five, but Heather wants us to do all modules because it gets a better um, look at in terms of student engagement. Um, so being virtual, a lot of things look a little bit different. So, and I'll stick around in the class and see if you're like working with them one-on-one or you're just lecturing. So there is a difference, but pretty much, you're definitely not going to be not in the room, but I'm pretty much putting power zone. And then in people engagement, if they have the computer on or they're on, pretty much I don't have anyone off task unless it's pretty blatant. Lesson framing, I don't mark it unless I see it, and I have seen it maybe about 30% of the time, and that was our goal before a couple years ago or last year was having that posted. So if you can have it in your lesson, I think it's still a skill that is useful for good teaching. So just if it's posted, if it's not, I mean, it's it is what it is kind of at that point, but I'm just letting you know it is an option. And then for high yield instructional practices, so what are you doing with the kids that are going to the both the most yield in terms of student learning, right? So you have written, summarizing, note making, non curricular activities. So all these, if I kind of get confused, it tells me kind of what that is. So like our teacher, or they're taking notes, are you summarizing the connection and cognition? So it's just like one of those writing activities, non-linguistic representations. So you're using manipulatives and models. If the students are talking together, providing recognition. I click a lot on these bottoms, reinforcing effort. So again, that's something that we always want to keep making sure we work on because we know that when we have those positive interactions, student engagement and student input actually increases. And then again, the practice, right? So that is that one. And then the next one is instructional rigor. So this is our blooms. So what level are we remembering, understanding, applying, and creating? Again, there's a key there for me to understand that. So I'm just kind of looking at that, and then at the end, making it relevant, because we know that when we make it relevant, we definitely talked about that in our culturally responsive teaching in the brain book. So again, are you cross-curricular activity? Again, I use this real world application across content areas, knowledge of content area, or something that wasn't observed. And sometimes that happens. It's okay. Classroom climate and management. So again, is it posted? This is more relevant when we're using it, but using it in positive language, maybe a timer. And then the clutter and all those kind of things aren't doing that. And then, especially during this time, I've been trying to write some positive comments to you all and send it because it's always nice to see. So just remember that we read Fundamental 5. I think even PRP used it, so Steve should know how to use it. But remember, we're framing the lesson. We're working in the power zone, writing critically, small groups. So if you can use breakout sessions, any of those might, work for that. It is what it is where we are right now. And then I think the biggest is the recognize and reinforce, okay? So I just wanted you all to be aware of that and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, thanks. Bye.